down. So the most annoying thing happened. I just done this 10-minute video and then lost it somehow. I don't know how. So we have got a rescue dog from Georgia. We couldn't rescue from the UK because even though the charities say we need help, we've got too many dogs, too many animals, we need you to adopt, when you actually go to do it, you can't. They then say, oh, you must have a 6-foot fence around your garden, you're not allowed to have children, other animals, etc., etc. They make it impossible for you to actually be able to adopt, or get an animal of any sort. So we haven't been able to. So I've rescued from abroad with a charity called Long and Short of It. But we have literally, if anyone's followed my story with this doggy, Gia, you'll know how stressful and how long it's been. It's been about 8 months now. We have had her since February and not had her, if you see what I mean. She's still in Georgia. So she's been our dog since February. We still haven't met her. So she has actually gone now from Georgia to Moscow. Yay! She's been driven there, which is like the hardest part. They have put stops on everything. Every time we thought she was close to coming, more rules and regulations came out that she couldn't come. More blood tests were needed, more injections were needed, and she had to be spayed, chipped, everything. Then she had to have a cage of a certain size, and that was all fine. And then her fosterer, because a guy's got her in foster, took the cage back, which he'd been told was fine. 2 days later, it wasn't. It was 3 millimeters out, so they wouldn't let her travel in it. So, nightmare after nightmare after nightmare. Yeah, it's been disaster. Absolute disaster. But never give up on her, ever. People have been sort of saying to me, Aisha, you're not being conned. Aisha, Number one, this is a charity that's just up the road from us. Number two, we haven't parted with any money yet. So, no, we're not being conned. But it's just been a nightmare. But keeping everything crossed now, she should be in the UK on my birthday on the 31st of August to the 1st of September. So the lady who actually saw Gia in Georgia, so Gia, Georgia, Gia was in a monastery, outside a monastery, with some puppies. And the partner in the charity saw her and sort of spoke to the locals, and they said they were going to shoot her for being a menace. She went back the next day. The puppies were gone. Goodness knows what happened to them. It's probably not pretty. And then she took Gia. I said, no, I'm not going to let you shoot her. She found a foster person in Georgia, and he took her in and has been looking after her since. And he's been amazing. So more paperwork, more dates of her coming over and not being able to come over, and us being let down again and again and again. Like I said, 8 months of this, and 8 months of them changing the rules because of there's no direct flights out of Georgia anymore because of the war. So it's been a nightmare. But the lady who rescued her in the first place normally goes over, because most of their dogs are from Siberia, so she drives from wherever they are, and then she goes to Moscow, and then they stay in a doggy hotel, and then they do the rest of the travel to the UK. So she's driven Gia to her doggy hotel where she's staying, which is so cute, with some other pups that are being brought over from Siberia. We have been told now that she's scared of going into buildings. She's not aggressive, she just puts the brakes on. I mean, she is a street dog. She's been a street dog probably all her life. So, of course, it's going to be hard for her to go into buildings and stuff. but the ladies from the doggy hotel just sat outside with her for a good hour until she felt comfortable enough to go in. So when she gets this country, I mean, she's going to be so scared. She's going to be tired from all that travelling, and she's going to be really scared. I mean, new smells, new country, new everything, new language. I can't speak Russian and she doesn't know English. So, you know, for the first few weeks, maybe months, it's going to be a bit tricky. Maybe, I mean, she's not aggressive. They've tested her. This charity is amazing. They've tested her with children that are the same age as our children to make sure she doesn't show any aggression whatsoever. And she doesn't. She's just a great big softie. I mean, if you've seen the videos of her, she's huge and beautiful. Like, she's just got the most soppiest face ever. Her tail does not stop wagging. She's absolutely beautiful. We don't know how old she is. At first of all, they said 3, and now they're sort of saying 2, 3 because of her teeth. The vets are saying because of her teeth, they think she could be a little bit younger. We didn't want a puppy because, to be honest, we haven't got time for a puppy. Plus, we wanted a rescue if we could. And like I said, rescuing from the UK, they've made that pretty much impossible unless you've got no children, no other animals. And like I said, if you've got a 6-foot fence around your garden, you're all right. So we had no chance. But yeah, like I said, if you've been following my story on here, you will have seen how many times we have been let down and heartbroken, and it started again, and they changed the rules, and this and that and the other, and given this date that she's going to travel on, and this date, and it's never happened. So this is the furthest so far she's got. And this was the hard part. This was getting her out of Georgia. So she's now in Moscow, waiting for some other doggies. She's going to stay in Moscow in Doggy Hotel for a little while longer. And then she'll start going through all the other countries, through the borders to get to the UK. Hopefully, it should all go pretty smoothly. But again, fingers crossed, we want it to go smoothly. I mean, the luck we've had with her, we've owned her for 8 months and never met her. And people keep saying, oh, why didn't you get another dog? Why didn't you get a different dog? Why? And it's like, you wouldn't just ditch a family member. Since we've had her, she's our family. She's not just a dog, she's our family. And like I said, you wouldn't just go, right, no, screw you, family, you stay there, we don't want you anymore, because it's a bit tricky. And also, I'm so grateful for the charity, because they've stuck by her too, and they've ploughed a lot of money into her, into everything, and time and effort. Honestly, they've been amazing. It has not been through their fault at all that she hasn't managed to get to the UK yet. They have been awesome, so patient, because they could have given up on her. I mean, I think she's cost, all in all, with everything she's had, about £12,000, which is crazy. Maybe a bit less, but a lot. And obviously we're doing things to get money, plus we're going to pay for her, which is a set amount that we'll pay, and we're going to do some bits and bobs for the charity to make some extra pennies for them, because like I said, they're really good. They rescue the animals that would never get rescued. They rescue the 3-legged dogs. They rescue, you know, the dogs that would never get housed, the ones that would just get left behind, and then they just absolutely rehabilitate them, and then they foster them out. They don't foster them out until they've been like rehabilitated and are all fine. That they put their own money into that. So they're an awesome charity. They're tiny, and so anything, any love, just anything at all, just a post with their name on anything would be awesome. So yeah, we should have Gia from Georgia on the 31st of August. So yeah, hopefully. So love. Always be kind. And please keep everything crossed for us. Peace.